there's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
This dude on the Pizzle just having a good old time, but got a little too frisky. They say it was the early morning hours of Saturday when 32-year-old Alec Perky caused a bit of a disturbance at the Kava Cat, which is one of them kava bars that they got there in the Pizzle.
Kava is one of those things that, like, will still get you drunk with, like, a weird squirrely drunk.
Okay.
It hits different than, like, alcohol, but it still gets you turned.
Still gets you turned. Okay. So, have you ever tried it? Do you like it?
Yeah, I've tried it, and it's kind of a weird buzz. I feel like if you had too much of it, it would be kind of like bath salts would react.
Huh, okay. Well, luckily, I don't think this guy was on. I think he was just on the good old-fashioned alcohol.
Okay.
To be honest with you. But employees asked him to leave after he was allegedly heavily intoxicated and drinking alcohol right there on the property.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't just doing the kava. He was doing booze, too.
Right, exactly. Well, he became argumentative, threatened employees and patrons, and then allegedly said he would return with a Molotov cocktail and attack the entire business.
Wow, that's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about the garlic? You talking about the...
A Molotov cocktail is strong.
So is that garlic. That garlic's pretty strong.
Yeah. Well, they said that he then retrieved a baseball bat from his vehicle and used it to intimidate people. And then his next move was to expose himself and then engage in some lewd behavior toward the employees that were there at the Kava Cat.
He is squirrely.
Yes, he is. They said when officers arrived, he fled into a wooded area behind the plaza. After a foot pursuit and repeated commands to surrender, officers used a taser, but that wasn't enough to take this dude down. He continued resisting and had to be physically carried out of the woods before receiving medical evaluations. And the video is pretty insane, just watching this dude as they're getting him. And they got the body cam stuff already out, showing this dude as they're dragging him out of the woods there in Port St. Lucie.
He might have been going through something.
Yeah, I think he might have been.
I don't think that was just kava.
Well, old Alec Perky has now been charged with 2 counts of lewd and lascivious exhibition, 4 counts of assault, disorderly intoxication, and resisting an officer without violence. Those 561 pedo catchers are back at it. I'm telling you, these guys are pretty busy.
They're workhorses.
They are, and they're getting a lot of action on their videos.
Yeah, they say that now they helped Delray Beach police apprehend 41-year-old Franco Vielmelas, who went to solicit what he thought was a 14-year-old boy for some oral favors. Vielmelas is an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela who currently lives in Mississippi, who was just in South Florida for a little vacay. They got him for 2 felonies, obscene communication, and using two-way communication to facilitate a felony. Here's a bit of the interaction.
This gentleman here is on vacation. The bar's reading. He's on vacation from Mississippi, and he's here to meet a 14-year-old. And he knows the age very well, makes jokes about him being a kid.
Mm-hmm. It's insane how far some of these sickos will drive. There was one guy who drove, I think, 18 hours. He thought he was meeting up with a 14-year-old girl. It was a sting operation,
wow.
But he went 18 hours across the states to find.
It's horrifying because, yeah, we caught this guy. How many of them are we not catching?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a ton.
Sad.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff that is going on. I don't know if you saw this local story, but a Boca Raton insurance executive who had filed a federal whistleblower lawsuit was allegedly the victim of a targeted killing. Police arrested Willie James Byrd Jr. of Boynton Beach and charged him with first-degree premeditated murder in the April 8th shooting death of Armin Motiwala, a 37-year-old, outside of his Boca Raton office.
Wow.
They spent nearly 2 months building the case. They'd used surveillance footage, license plate readers, cell phone records, and evidence recorded from a silver crystal tied to Byrd. A key piece of evidence was a handwritten note found in the vehicle containing Motiwala's name, his fiance's name, the crime scene address, his home address, suggesting that he was specifically targeted. This is a whistleblower, y'all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They also recovered ammunition, magazines, gloves, gaiters, and financial records. The Chrysler was seen arriving near Montewalla's vehicle shortly before the shooting and later leaving the area without headlights. Although the shooting itself was not captured on video, Montewalla's Apple Watch recorded its final heartbeat around the time investigators believe that he was killed.
Wow.
I think he was jumped around 8:30 p.m. They found it about 2 a.m. Cell phone data allegedly matched the vehicle's movements. The affidavit also states the Bird coordinated with an unidentified associate whose name was redacted from public documents, raising questions about whether others were involved. Do we have some kind of conspiracy going on
It
here?
sounds like. And why are we redacting anybody?
Well, I mean, sometimes they don't want to tip somebody off. So you don't want to give an advantage to somebody who might start covering their trail or whatnot. Hopefully they're
Gotcha.
revealing the evidence when it needs to come out. I know when we hear redacted, we think the Epstein files and it's all bad, but
Sometimes it's necessary.
Gotcha.
The major unanswered question is motive. Montewalle was the chief operating officer of a health insurance company and had filed a federal whistleblower lawsuit in 2025 alleging retaliation after reporting what he believed were improper business practices. Now, they've not said whether the lawsuit was connected to the murder, and the affidavit does not identify a motive, but it's kind of odd that they're like, I don't understand why this guy would hunt this dude the way that he did.
The whistleblower knew a lot, and he didn't want that information out there.
Who knows? We'll see. You can jump to conclusions. I'm sure they're trying to
love
look to
to.
see what that connection was.
Virginia never does that. She never fills in
love
details with her own thoughts.
I love to jump to conclusions with little or no fact.
Absolutely. It's a lot more fun, isn't it?
Well, duh. Of course he got clipped because he was a whistleblower. Duh.
If you're a whistleblower and you end up dead, don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah. They say a Palm Beach County woman accused of stealing millions in COVID-19 relief funds has been added to the FBI's new most wanted fraudsters list. Melissa Missy Carone allegedly obtained pandemic relief money through fraudulent applications and then disappeared before she could be prosecuted. They allege she was part of a scheme that submitted false applications for Payment Protection Program, that PPP. Remember those loans?
So many people, they are coming after them now.
Yeah.
They're just looking into it and figuring out how much fraud was happening. Millions and millions and millions.
Yep. They say that she had failed to appear in court and is now considered a fugitive.
Missy's on the run.
Is she on that top 10 FBI list?
They'll get you, girl.
So we'll see what winds up happening with that. So we got some local stories that are pretty crazy. Some other things not happening in the area. This one going down in California. They're investigating a road rage incident there that ended with one person hitting the other over the head with a ukulele.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, ukulele's hurt, man.
Yeah, both drivers wound up leaving the scene. So no suspects are being found yet. And this is kind of crazy. Dan Sullivan is accusing Dan Sullivan of rigging a Senate race. There's actually two Republicans with the same name on the primary ballot for an Alaskan Senate seat.
That's confusing.
One Dan Sullivan says the other Dan Sullivan is intentionally trying to confuse people.
This is serious stuff. When people are going, oh, there's two Dan Sullivans, isn't that funny? No, it's cheating. And his whole purpose of running is to confuse Alaskans and make them think, Alaskan voters, that somehow he's me. Then, when he filed his campaign logo, his letterhead, his website, all had my campaign logo that I've had for 13 years.
Look,
Wow.
it may be cheating, but it's also kind of funny.
And his name is Dan Sullivan as well?
Yeah, they're both Dan Sullivans.
Both can be true. It can't be cheating, but it's also pretty funny.
And have you ever seen some of those bizarre punishments that they make the losers of a fantasy football league do?
Yes.
One guy had to go trick-or-treating in June and couldn't stop until he got 10 pieces of candy
Oh, no.
from random houses.
Trick or treat.
Wrong day.
I know, and I'm gonna miss it this year.
Oh no.
Yeah. Trick or treat.
What?
Trick or treat.
C'est pas le bonjour là.
No. Okay. Au revoir. Au revoir. Hey, trick or treat. Anything? Candy or no? Okay. Thank you. All right. Trick or treat.
Trick or treating for
Halloween.
really?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Perishable item.
Sure. What do you want?
Soup. All right. Trick or treat.
Soup.
Perishable.
perishable,
Like a soup?
which is non-perishable.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Have a good day.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. That's hard to do. You're lucky you don't get shot.
I know people are all squirrely these days. If someone walks up to their door.
You are right.
Yeah, you're right. That definitely could be a dangerous one.